Hello everyone and welcome back to class. Today, as you can see, we're going to be looking at Google Keep, essentially Google's system for Post-its. There's a couple ways you can get here. You can obviously do the standard keep.google.com. You can also get to it through the waffle, but you have to just scroll down a little bit and it'll be there. It's a yellow square with a light bulb on it. But once you're in Google Keep, I'd like to say it's pretty much self-explanatory. You click on where it says take a note, you add a title to the note like groceries, and you add your grocery list. I don't know, apples, cherries, steak, garlic, and then once you're ready, you hit close. If you need to go back and edit it, you can just open it up and add, chicken and mushrooms. We're going to make a nice chicken steak kebab later. Sounds good. You guys are all invited over if you can figure it out. But that's step one. Now, once you've created that note, you've got a lot of potential. One, you can set a reminder for you. So, for example, you can set it as later today, tomorrow, and sometime next week, a specific date and time, or my personal favorite, a place. Food Town. I don't know, let's pick this one in Brooklyn. And then when I get to that food town and I walk and I get to like that vicinity, Google will actually give me a reminder of, hey, here's your groceries that you said to remind us about when you get to this location. Really, really helpful. I can't forget my list accidentally again. It's happened more times than I want to admit. But hey, it's really good. Like I said, it's one of those benefits. It's one of those really nice features. Also, when you set reminders, if you go to this reminder section, it will show you all of your notes with reminders associated to them. Second thing you might want to wonder is, can I have someone else work on this post-it with me? The answer to that is yes. You hit here, you go to add a collaborator. Choose the person, hit save. They are now your collaborator. And you know they're a collaborator because their face now appears on that post-it. So you know exactly who has access. If for some reason you have a falling out with myself, you can just remove it and that's it. You're done. It's closed. Goodbye. No line, no waiting, no messes. Yay! Technology. If you're a super organized person, which means you're not me, you can also color code these by clicking the palette and then choosing what color you want your note to be. If needed, you can also add a picture on the off chance you forget what kind of, steak you liked last time. And it's like, ooh, this was a good steak. Take a picture of it, you can add it, and you can make sure to try and get the same one next time. When you're done with your notes, you no longer need them. You can definitely hit the archive button. It's better than deleting them because you can go back into your archive later and pull them out. So you can see here I have just an old note archived. Then you've got these three extra dots, and everyone knows that though it's basically the More Options button. If you click More Options, you'll notice that you can delete it. I highly recommend not deleting them immediately. You can add a label, so you'll notice that this note over here has the label of videos. You'll also notice that I have the label of videos over here. If I click it again, it just filters. Great way to keep things organized, so as you get more notes, you can still kind of find things and find them relatively quickly by category. Add a drawing is basically adding a picture, only you get to draw it. Making a copy, I think you got that one, I hope. But one of my personal favorites is show checkboxes, especially on things like grocery lists, because it does exactly what you're saying. As you check the items off, they're actually bumped down the list and removed, so you only have unchecked items at the top. Much easier to find things. If you uncheck something, they actually go back to their original location, which also is very helpful. Now, some of you are saying, okay, this is great, but how does it help me with anything else that I do? One of the nice things about Google Keep is Google's kind of pushing it everywhere you go. So you go into Gmail, your Keep loads right up on the side. So you can see Google Keep, you can click on it, all your notes are there. You can take a new note, you can create a new list if you need to as well. You can search through your notes. So this way when someone tells you something, in an email and you want to make a quick note about it, you can just open it in Google Keep and create the note right there. You can do the same thing also with Google Sheets. But I'm not going to show you the same thing twice. That doesn't seem to make sense. But I will show you, though, that is if you go to Google Docs, because this adds a new feature. If you're in Google Docs and you open up your Keep Notes and you grab a note and you drag it onto that doc, it automatically inserts the text, title, and content. No need to retype. I think that's a pretty good time saver. This also works in Google Slides, and it will automatically format it based on where you put it. So if you put it in the title section, it'll be huge. If you put it in the body, it'll be normal sized. If you have checkboxes on it, it'll actually put them in as bullet points. So it does have some intelligence when it's inserting things to help you guys out. It's one of the reasons why I like using it so much. It's one of the reasons why it's very useful, especially as a teacher. Let's head back to Keep real quick to close out. If I can type it in, we'll see. That's an iffy thing. A couple last things. If you have notes that are really important, you don't want to lose them, you can pin them, and they'll stay at the top, just like that. If you archive a note, as I said, it gets archived. You can always pull it out of archive by hitting this little up arrow, and you'll see there it is. And I strongly encourage you to have your students use this, whether it's just to write down the homework for your class, or to do notes for a research project, or like critical information on something you're walking them through. Instead of having them do a regular note, this way it's just something they can quickly reference while they're like in Google Sheets, let's say, or on a doc that you're having them work on. They can open up and like just find the quick reference guide and have it there. It's really helpful. But that's it on Google Keep, everybody, unless anyone's got questions, and I'm not seeing any hands raised at the moment. So until then, everybody, class dismissed.